Core category refers to the specialized categories of innate energetic preference that underpin all human experience and understanding. These core categories of being human manifest distinct identifying physiological cues that can be tracked by those who are proficient in the methodology. This gives the ability to empirically adjudicate the matter without personal bias. Core Category Tracker Training, or CTT, uses the 5 gears method in order to properly note, track, and explore the core categories of being human phenomenon discovery. The 5 gears method shows how to approach the human subject in question with 5 different kinds of lenses, ranging from fine details all the way up to the larger patterns. These various gears help to increase one's confidence in their CTT practice by having multiple forms of verification, as well as being an excellent way to check their work for any errors. As the 5 gears method is a visually based proof of truth methodology, this leads to corroboration with available pop culture case samples by them being correctly categorized, and provably so, which then leads to the uncoerced consensus amongst competent people. Core category tracker training requires coming to terms with doing research that is not beholden to subjective opinions nor popular consensus, but rather the empirical evidence of particular physiological cues. In short, core categories are what they are because they can be visually observed to be what they are. Besides being correctly categorized, the list of pop culture case samples that have categorical assertions assigned to them by the CICN Research Project is massive, now at over 22,000 case samples, with every one of them having available media of at least photos, if not video as well, for the public to peruse for themselves. Along with this, due to its empirical nature, the CICN Research Project has also successfully discovered several major patterns that are there to be observed from within pop culture if one is proficient. These include provable patterns like the immutability of core category, the dir-ad dichotomy being the primary dichotomy, the prevalence of 5 particular core categories in pop culture, the prevalence of 2 of these core categories in particular, the prevalence of certain mouth-shaped groups, as well as the family, careers, and life partner patterns. These are unprecedented breakthroughs in understanding human story. Despite the many psychological models, schools of philosophy, and even established religions that have posited their take on what is the underlying truth of things regarding being human, only the CICN Research Project has ever put forward a public presentation data collection that proves their claims are in fact true, and therefore it will be leading the way in getting further understanding of this basic math of being human, source code of human consciousness, universal language of the human condition, intrinsic instrumentation of all human endeavor, and thus fundamental truth of human story. With this, the CICN Research Project will also be driving the direction of the greatest, highest level, highest stakes conversation there has ever been about the implications of what all this means to humanity, based on the proper apex narrative authority that only comes from having actual proof of truth for one's truth claims on the subject of what it means to be human. Know this: